It's just as much a mental push as it is physical, just because you've got to mentally keep yourself in the game for 6 or 8 hours. My body has definitely suffered. I talk to people that have done this before and they say that's normal. You won't feel good until literally the week before the race, or really right up to the race. Once you start tapering down, you just have to be used to being sore. I went to basic training. When I was there, I was tall enough, over 6'2", and had really high physical PT scores, that I was selected to go in the honor guard, which is up in DC. Just being able to stand in front of President Bush or President Clinton or any of these dignitaries or generals, and just to be able to represent all the soldiers that have passed and given their lives for us to enjoy the freedoms that we have, it really is an honor. On 9/11, I was in the Pentagon. We were actually watching the planes hit the buildings in New York. And that's when the plane hit the Pentagon. You know, you didn't have time to sit there and think about what had just happened. We went in for search and rescue, which pretty much moved to a recovery stabilization effort pretty quick. We did a lot of work with the Army Corps of Engineers, building braces around a lot of the steel columns to support the remaining structure so it didn't collapse. And after we got those finally set up, it was just a matter of cleaning up and doing recovery for remains and plane parts and anything we could identify. Really, I had a breakdown, a lot of nightmares and such drastic and difficult memories. They don't go away. PTSD started to grasp on then. You know, I've seen death firsthand. It just rips away the security that you're used to as a human. Life is really precious, and it can be taken in an instant. It was having a major impact on my life, and that's when I decided that it was time to really tackle this thing. I give a lot of credit to Ironman and triathlon. It helps clear my mind in a lot of those things, and the struggles that I dealt with on a daily basis has come off my back that I don't have to worry about nearly as much as I used to. The Ironman part of it was a personal goal for me to find out what I was made of. When you get out there on the race day, it's just you against yourself. You're having to push yourself farther than you think you could go. That was the biggest thing that drew me to Save the Children, and really Ironman Texas, was just the opportunity to help the kids. It's almost like God put that in front of me and gave me something to really reach out and do something not only better myself, but also give somebody else an opportunity. My mother raised me by herself with one income. We had some issues with my father. They were divorced when I was 2. You know, as a kid, I didn't really realize what was going on. The more and more I got into researching Save the Children, the more and more it just drew me in, and some of the amazing, compassionate things they're doing throughout the world is just incredible. It's the ability of me to help them and maybe give that family a little bit more, and hopefully open up the door for one of those kids to go to school or to feel secure in their own bed and not have to worry about somebody coming in there and hurting them or their family. It just breaks my heart to see those kids go through those type of events and not have somebody there to stand up for them. I wouldn't be where I am if somebody hadn't helped me along the way. You know, you struggle through all of these long bike rides and long swims and just grueling mental challenges. In the end, it's all knowing you're doing it for somebody else. You know, it helps you get through a lot of that stuff because, you know, you're suffering here, but somebody else is suffering a lot worse than you are. And they're suffering not by choice. I know I'm here for a reason, and you know, hopefully in the end it'll all work out and somebody will have a new opportunity and a new door to walk through. Those kids are what the next 10 years is going to be. They're the ones that are going to decide what the world's going to be like 20 years down the road. It's not going to be you and me, it's going to be them. When I cross that finish line and I hear Mark Dodge, "You are an Ironman," I continually play that in my mind, because at that point you know you've done it. I'm so blessed to be able to do this. I hope somebody else picks up the torch where I've left off and they take this and they're able to use it.